Hello everyone, we are Group D. Today we are going to present on survival of Inuit people and here joining me are my team members Dipanshu Sharma, Sukhman Singh, Sagar and Geeta Rani. I'll start with the introduction. This is about survival of Inuit people. So this is the story from Inuit people. This is a story about a woman who had lost her husband and thus she became a burden on her community. So she was mostly dependent on the charity. So the people from her community started to adrift her and they put her in a boat and cut her fingers. As she suffered, her fingers changed into different animals seeking revenge. The story shows us about how actions and consequences have connected to people and the nature. It reminds us to be kind and think about how we treat others. So, so next slide will be presented by Mr. Sukhman Singh.
Thank you, Inder. The story today we are talking about takes place in the region of Arctic. Yes, it is a land of extreme cold, and the whole area is covered under very thick snow. Moreover, the environment in winter is really harsh. It is very difficult for the humans to survive such kind of environment without any basic items or fire or a house like that. In summer, the weather is beautiful. Somehow, the survival is really harsh. The story we are today talking about does not claim any type of creation of the world, but it put lights on a life of a woman who was neglected by the society. Somehow, still she managed her life, and she survived in this kind of very hard and difficult environment. She during during the journey of this survival, her life was converted to an animal, and she faced such kind of huge difficulties. Still, she survived, and the survival made her like an animal. The next to the saga.
Thank you, Sukman. In this slide, I'm going to talk about the values and belief in this story. A number of Inuit people values and belief are conveyed in the novel, such as the idea that action have consequences, the harness of the environment, along with that the necessity of inventiveness and the adaptation in order to survive. This story also discusses the idea of metamorphosis and how animal and people are related. In my next slide, I'm going to talk about the role of animals in this story. In this story, the woman finger changes into a variety of animals, like the thumb turns into a walrus, the first finger turns into a seal, and the middle finger turns into a white bear. These animals are portrayed as being as vengeful, and along with that being who wish to hurt the people and put the woman through so much pain. In this story emphasizes the idea that human and animal are related and they go under transformation. And the next style will represent by Geet.
Thanks, Sagar. Now I will explain relationship between humans and animals in this story. The way people and animals are connected in this story is complicated. The lady's pain makes her fingers turn into vengeful animals. It shows that how we treat animals and nature. Our story tells us animals are not just passive, they have their own power and importance in this story. This story highlights as well that our actions towards them can lead to consequences, and they will play a big part in how the story goes. Now I am talking about the indigenous perspective. Can we go gather from the representation of animals in this story? This story teaches us that our actions have outcomes. When the woman is abandoned and they mistreated, her fingers change into vengeful animals. We can use this lesson in our own lives by being kind and empathetic to others. We should know that we do can have lasting effects. It also reminds us to recognize our connection with the natural world. We should think about how we treat both people and animals equally because it can lead to significant and far reaching results. Next, Inder will explain.
So, to conclude, the Inuit story reminds us that we do matter. It shows that when we are unkind to others or nature, there can be big consequences. So, the story emphasizes on the significance of resourcefulness in facing harsh environment. The woman, her fingers turn into vengeful animals. This serves as a purpose of the complex relationship between humans and the nature. And the story further tells us that our own values and actions about the importance of kindness, empathy, and mutual connection to our environment and its inhabitants. Thank you.